Hello, Scorpio. Thank you for tuning into your general read. For the main part of the read, I'm using the Modern Spellcaster's Tarot by Melanie Marquis, illustrated by Scott Murphy. For the support of Oracle cards, I'm using the Angel Answers Oracle cards by Doreen Virtue and Radley Valentine. Already shuffled. Let's go ahead and get into this. I'm getting a lot of flanking energy lately, I'm noticing. Does this... I don't know if that goes down. I haven't seen it, so I'll do what I normally do. I'll just wait to the end, and if they want me to put it out, we'll do it. Stop. Okay, so you have like this bridge going on there. Okay, so... Okay. Very interesting here. Let's see what happens as we go forward. Because I feel like you got a progression going on here. Now, when you start this off, you're starting off with somebody... Is this romance? No. I feel like this might be like a friendship. I feel like this might have been a close friendship at one point. I don't know if it really is right now, but I feel like at one point this was a close friendship. And there's history here. It used to be really close, but you're feeling like it might be unlikely going forward. Is that true? Okay. So there's a history here with a friendship that you're afraid that it's had its day. It's had its day, but for some reason it's coming around again and it's affecting you. This person is either close by or coming into your life again in some respect, and it's making you have these feelings. It's making you remember how good it was when you were close, and you're just feeling like that's kind of, it's had its moment. Now, what was that? There was a sound in the other room. I don't know. It's from the TV, I guess. TV's not even on. Well, moving on. That kind of fits, creepily enough. I feel like the other side is coming towards you. There's action from this person in some respect. Now, it may be... Like, if you have a group of friends in common, like, it's either you're hearing about this person in a roundabout way. I feel like it's coming more directly towards you. It's coming more directly towards... This person is communicating with you. This person is making some type of advancement where it's known they want to see you again. They want to talk with you. They want something. They want to get together with you in some respect. I'm getting this is about a friendship, definitely. Now, I'm seeing this come towards you. Your other side, your reaction to this... You're kind of tied to the past and the possibilities to the future. Like, your hand is tied to the past, which makes it really hard to, put both hands in the future, clearly. And then your foot is tied to the future in the sense of, like, you're not really sure about, like, what you can do about it. Because I see the foot tied there to the other stick, and I'm feeling like that's, like, it's hard to know where you really stand. This person here can't stand up at this point. And I feel like that's a problem. Like, you can't really stand up without feeling really awkward. That stump, like, if you were able to stand in that position, it would be very awkward, and it doesn't seem like it would last all that long. So you're not sure what to make of this. You know that you have to either untie yourself from the past and move forward to the future, or untie yourself from the future and just live in the past and just have that sad feeling about what was. Is that okay? Because between this reaction on your side and the advancement on the other side, it's putting this strain in the sense of, like, there's, like, I feel like there's, like, a way stay. Like, if you're communicating, you're pushing it off, like, oh, I can't talk right now, maybe later. But I don't feel like there's any communication of value going on here. If you are communicating, it's just like, oh, I can't talk right now, that type of thing. It's kind of like you're kind of suffocating in a sense. Like you can't. You're suffocating? Where's that coming from? Like you. I feel like this is one of those things where you have things you could say, but there's two reasons you're not. It's not going to help anything, and it might upset you like you were in the past. Because I feel like there might have been a situation in the past, and you're not looking to reignite any pain. Because this does bother you, this situation. And if it's not going to help, you're really not into making life more difficult for yourself. Why do that? So you're kind of suffocating in the sense of like, I don't know what to do. Do I just stay tied to the past and let the future go? Or do I go forward with the future and untie myself in the past, but what am I setting myself up for? Is that, yes. Okay. But there's a moment here, like nothing's really happening. You're kind of pushing it off. And I feel like you're thinking about it, but so are they. They realize there's a problem here. I don't feel like they're completely oblivious to it at all. Actually, I feel like they're aware of it quite well. That's one of the reasons they're coming towards you, but you might not be ready to talk about it, and you not being ready to talk about it is coming through loud and clear. I feel like they might be wondering like if this is a good idea to move forward or not, but they're sticking on their path, but I feel like they're accepting that you might not have any interest in talking it out. They're aware of this. I feel like they know you well enough to realize that that's a possibility here. Okay. Next step forward. Okay. Now, I'm getting rough energy here, but it's weird because I feel like the rough energy is internalized on you. Only in the sense of like you're experiencing it but may not be pushing it out there. Because the next spot I'm seeing is the Fool card. I'm not seeing anything on the other person's side, but I'm seeing something above for you. This seems to be going forward. The communication or accepting of the communication. This is like, I'm getting like an anxiety here. So I'm feeling like the Fool card coming in, you're agreeing to talk. And you're setting that up however necessary. Be it going to lunch, meeting at somebody's house, talking on the phone, talking it out, however you need to do that. You're agreeing to do that. That's where I feel the anxiety is. And I also feel this is the card right above the Three of Swords. There's a lot of heartache on your side. This is hard for you. This is somebody I feel like you really cared about this person in the past, and it just, something fell apart here that you still have hurt feelings about. And the reason there's so much anxiety is because you're afraid that these emotions are going to come forward again. And you're going to end up in this pain again, and you do not want to do that. Now, as you go forward, I do feel this is an interesting situation because you get the Knight of Pentacles. This is rough because I feel like you're enjoying this person. Like if you see this woman looking at the squirrel there, I feel like she very much likes the squirrel, but she's just kind of like feeling like it's not there to stay. Like it's like, well, it's kind of like, oh, it's a squirrel. It's going to kind of run up the tree, and I love the squirrel. I'd hate to see it go, but I don't really trust that the squirrel is here to stay, if that makes sense. It's kind of like remembering how good it was without feeling like it's really stable. It's almost like a cruel reminder the way you're looking at it. Like, oh, this is how it kind of was. And I wish it was like that again, but I don't really see that possibility here. Now that's on your side. The other side, the Lover's card. The person you're dealing with is remembering all the good about you. They're remembering everything that they liked before. This energy seems to be, whatever went wrong in the past, I feel like on their own, they made peace with it. And they're well aware that you might not be the same mindset, but they're enjoying the moment for the moment. I feel like they're identifying with it in the sense of like, the fact that it got this far, they feel like there's great hope here. And they're kind of living through that. They realize that this is not a slam dunk in any sense, but the fact that they're able to enjoy your company again, they didn't think was going to happen, and the fact that it's happening, they're just kind of open to the possibilities, and I feel like they're just enjoying that they're seeing you again. I feel like there's a renewed hope on their side, and they're very hopeful. They're very optimistic. I will say that in a lot of cases, I feel like this other person is feeling like this is the beginning to repair. This is the beginning to correcting the situation. They're feeling really good about it. Whatever needs to be said, they feel like it's going to be said. They feel like it's truly going to be ironed out and everything's going to be okay. They're very optimistic here. You, maybe not so much. You're feeling the goodness here, you're enjoying it, but you're just like, I don't really trust this situation. I got burned once. I'm not looking to get burned again. Which makes sense. Definitely makes sense. Between the two of you, Justice. I feel like you need to have a very, like, you need to be very grounded in how you feel, and I feel like you are. I feel like it's important for this to come through the way you feel. And I feel like they're aware or expecting you to feel the way you do. But the way this is working together is you're having an honest reaction to this. I feel like you are pushing this forward. That's why this person feels so good, because that's the person they remember. The fact that you're not holding back and you're telling them how you feel, even though it's not pretty, but you're forward and you're honest about it. Not that you would lie anyway, but it's just, instead of like holding back your feelings or just kind of keeping things to yourself or just kind of like fluffing it off like everything's fine, who cares, you're getting involved in explaining how you feel to this person. That's why they feel good, because they feel like that's the person they know. That's the person who engages. And that's why they're feeling good about it, because you're communicating with them. Now, the Justice is telling me that this is starting to go back the way it was. It may not seem it, but these cards could flip, especially the way I'm putting them down. I feel like the other side could also have this feeling too, because the way I put them down, they're giving me this flip feeling. You might have this moment after this talk where you feel really good, and then they're worried, like, what if this does happen again the way it happened before? No? I'm getting this message wrong. Hold on. So you might feel really good. That's true. Yes. Okay. They might feel that complete forgiveness may not be an option after this. They may look back on the situation like some things about the situation have been destroyed. And it may become a friendship again, but it may never hit the level it was at before. It's possible. I feel like they're at this point of accepting, especially when you're communicating. After, I feel like this is kind of after for them. That it's kind of sinking in that some damage might be permanent. Because they're also remembering other things about what they know about you, and that sometimes some wounds just don't heal. Even though the situation might get better, it may be livable, certain things might not heal. And I feel like they're having a hard time after a little bit, because the way you communicated, you were honest, which really got a lot off your chest. I feel like that was really good for you, but now they might be kind of feeling it like, you know what, maybe they're right. Maybe part of this doesn't have that ability to heal. Now, on your side, I got this romance card. After this talk, after all this anxiety, I feel like you're doing a lot better. You've said your piece, and however you're going forward at this point, you're feeling really good about the situation. I feel like you have a lot of resolved issues here. Things got resolved. Things you needed to say, you needed to understand, you seem to be there. The other side, it's weird because afterwards I feel like the other side's kind of holding the bag a little. They're just kind of like, you know what? Maybe this was just about resolution. And I feel like that's hard for this other side because they really want to repair the situation, but they're having this hard moment where they're like, maybe it was just about resolution. Maybe it was just about talking it out so it could, move on. And I feel like this is really hard for them because they don't want it to move on. I don't know if you're really looking at it that way, though. I feel like they just took what you said really to heart. Like, that sunk in deep. And they're taking what your words to, very seriously, like maybe this part of this can't heal. It's hard. It seems like it's really hard. Because of that, between the two of you have the Six of Wands. Things seem to be moving together very well. I am getting, like, as time goes on, this should start really healing itself some more. I feel like it gets better the longer it goes. And I'm seeing, like, the other side is seeing some after effects, like, you might be a little guarded going forward about certain things. But if this friendship heals the way it looks like it's going to, over time, I feel like time will heal all wounds in this situation. Especially when the other side is really taking to heart things that you said, and they're paying attention really closely. And when you seem to, like, loosen up a bit and give them a little chance, like a little more trust, I feel like this kind of lifts a little bit. But I feel like when you vented, you really needed to. I don't feel like it was nasty. You just got right down to the brass tacks of it, and how you thought, maybe we can get along now that we've addressed this, but I don't know if it can ever be what it was. Some things just can't, like, even if it heals, it'll still be a scar, like that type of feeling. Like, it might not be an open wound, but it's still a wound, and I don't want it touched, like that type of feeling. So the other side seems to be taking this pretty heavy. Although I feel like you feel a lot better, and you've resolved a lot. Them holding on after this, ironically, because I feel like you pushed it forward very honestly. And, like, I don't know if this can ever be what it was, let alone anything better. The fact that they're holding on after this, because you know how you came across. You know you were very to the point, a little bit sharp. I feel like you were very aware of this. The longer they hold on after this, the more confidence you get in them. Because, you know what? Maybe the situation does deserve forgiveness. Maybe. But it's going to take the test of time to go forward on this one. The longer this person holds on, the better it gets. And I also feel like it's not even a case of, like, how long they can hold on. I feel like after a month or two, there's a notable increase in, like, how well you guys get along. And I just feel like it keeps getting better from there on out. So I do feel like the situation is going to be one of those situations that time heals all wounds. I really do. Anything else? All right. I'm going to wrap this up here. Thank you for watching. Of course, if you'd like a direct reading from me, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com, james4astral@gmail.com. Thank you.